This video is a part of Fluid Mechanics 1, and the experiment that is going to be presented is impact of a jet. Before we proceed, hello, my name is Nur El Atira. These are my details. Introduction. When a jet of water flows with a steady velocity and strikes a solid surface, the water is deflected to flow along the surface, and this velocity is unchanged when the fluid is in visit and no friction. And by Newton's second law, it is stated F equal to ma, and then it is also the same when mass flow rate, time change, and velocity, and then we get this F function. And then when we apply momentum equation to control volume and comprising the deflected flow result, we have this equation, which Fy is the force exerted by the solid surface or the deflector, P is the density, the flow rate, the velocity, and this theta is the angle deflected. And then since in this experiment we will use weight, so we can equal F to the W right here, and then since Q is VA, we can also write in this equation. There are two objectives in this experiment. The first one is to investigate reaction force that is produced by the change in momentum of fluid flow when a jet of water strikes the solid surface. And then the second one is to compare experimental value to calculated value of force from the control volume of linear momentum equation. Now let us see the setup of the experiment. This is impact of a jet apparatus. The water will go through the inlet pipe through the nozzle, and then the target plate where we will change the degree later on, and then the spring right under the wave pan, and beside it is the level gauge, which will show the initial datum line of the wave pan. Now let's see the methodology. The first step is to record the exit diameter of the nozzle, and then screw in the 30-degree deflector, and then adjust the height of the level gauge here to align with the datum line on the wave pan. And the third one, place a mass of 50 grams on the wave and turn on the pipe, and then we slowly allow the water to impinge upon the target until the datum line of the wave pan level with the gauge, and then the flow will be left constant. And measure the flow rate by taking the time for accumulate a known volume of fluid in the tank, which is 1 liter, 2 liter, or 3 liter. And lastly, we will repeat this procedure by adding more weight until the maximum of 500 grams, and then we will repeat with 90 degree, 120 degree, and 180 degree deflectors. Let's see the result. Right here is the raw data table, and this is the V squared versus mass graph. So for the raw data table, we can see it just recorded the diameter, the deflector type, 30, 90, 120, and 180, the volume in liter, volume in meter cube, and the time taken to fill up. This two is important in order to find the flow rate right here, and then by the flow rate we can find the velocity with this equation. And then for the force right here calculated, that's why we need to do this graph, velocity squared time applied mass, to find the experimental value of force, which here, and then the theory value is to be found by using this equation, and this is the calculated error between these two. This one right here is the experiment versus theory value graph, and as you can see in 30 degree, the difference is quite high, and as the degree is higher, the difference between experiment and theory value is smaller, and in 180 degree, we can see the line is almost perfect to each other. Now the discussion. From the experiment, we can see as the force and velocity higher, the percentage error was lower, and the maximum experimental force were obtained from 180 degree deflector, also known as spherical vane. And then to get more accurate result, more reading of flow rate should be taken. Now the conclusion. From the experiment, we can see the demonstration where the fluid force is utilized to generate a force. In a real-life application such as turbine, we can see the turbine wheel is rotated by the force generated due to the change of momentum of fluid according to Newton's second law. Thank you.